good first run. How do you feel?
I feel pretty well. I had a decent run on the top, and in the middle I made a little mistake, so I had to get back on the track for the second half of the course. It was a little intense, but the cheering crowd was really helpful.
Obviously, this is your home course. How important is it for you to perform here?
It's always very special. When I was racing for France, I did taste it already once, and I would say that the intensity is between a classic World Champs and the Olympic Games. So I expect a lot from that race. Hopefully I will do well.
You're going in both classes. How difficult is it to perform over the whole week in both classes? I mean, it's a very difficult performance.
Technically, it's more in your planning, actually, and your schedule, that it has to be well planned. Because all the season long, I train hard, so I race most of the races like very tired, and I do a lot of runs. For the World Champs, if I can like skip the second run for the heats, I would do it definitely. And then, you know, it's kind of a habit. If you train your body and your mind to switch every day, then it becomes like natural. So you just have to be patient and let your brain the time to integrate that switch regularly. And I would say it takes 2 seasons. If I look at Dave Florence racing nowadays, he can like switch from a class to the other. I can do it too. It's just a matter of practice, you know.
What are the difficulties on this course?
What's hard here is that it seems like really simple if you look at the course from the side, and when you're on the water, the holes are very nasty and the water is very shaky and it's surgy, it's moving a lot. So sometimes you have to adjust your pace, your strokes, you have to get more amplitude or shorten your strokes, and just changing your plan all down the course makes it hard to paddle for your focus and also physically speaking. Physically, I think it's one of the courses in the world where I just cross the finish line and I get my lungs burning. And the only time I remember feeling that was in Bourg-Saint-Maurice, but it's pretty high too in the mountains. The water was very cold. So here it's a hard physical course, yeah.
It's the first World Championships in 25 years in the US. How important is this?
It's I think it's important that the US are hosting like this kind of event. Plus, I think if we want to keep the Olympic program, our sport got to be like well represented in Russia and China, and specifically in the US. So let's say that it's kind of a spot for our country to show our sport, to promote it. I know that some great medias are coming to cover the event, and we don't have the right to screw it.
You put down a good first run. How are you going to save some time in your second run if you decide to go for it?
If I don't run the second run, I will focus on the K1 now. Maybe I will skip the video to check the lines and stuff, just to switch in my brain. And if I can do a good K1 run, I will also switch the second run.
What did you learn from just this morning's run that you'll take into the next run?
The gate high, it's very interesting. Also, like the length of the course, because we're never sure if it's going to be like 90 or 105, so it helps to adjust the pace. And then, you know, I would try to have fun and get a good connection with the public and the crowd, and then we'll see.
Well, congratulations on a good first run, and we look forward to seeing you a little bit more later.
Thank you, sir. See you later.